Good morning. Watch how it gets a messed up picture. Hello, hi, how are we doing today? So we're gonna be here for a little bit. Okay, so this might be a rather long live, and that is okay. But what I'm gonna try to do is I'm actually going to try to gonna try to share this out to a couple of places, okay? Because we are going to talk about health and wellness. I'm going to tell a little bit about my backstory with the ketones, being a health and wellness coach, doing all that. I have not done that in a while, so that's what we're going to do. Give me just a second. This will not take me long. Don't go anywhere. So right now I'm currently live on my business page with Facebook. And when I go live on my business page, usually what it does is it shares it to Instagram because I have it linked to Instagram. And also, depending on how I go live on my business page, it will also show, sorry about that, it will also show in my group as well. So if it's not in my group, I'm going to go ahead and share that. That's okay. That's okay. Let me pull out the computer. So I'll do it later, but first things first, let me go ahead and introduce myself while I do look like crud. My name is Carrie Ledford. I am 42 years old, and I have 2 living children. One is 21, and then the other one will be 7 October the 30th. So I almost had a Halloween baby. Okay, I probably should have did this before. All right. I have been with my partner for 5 years on the 27th. I am a sibling. I'm of 7. My oldest brother is deceased, and my baby brother is 24. So I am the oldest child there. What else? Okay, so we're going to go into my story and why I started health and wellness and why it is that I am so geeky. I'm going to do it this way. Why it is that I am so geeky when it actually comes, that's dark, so I don't like that. When it comes to health and wellness, when it comes to putting stuff in my body and all that. So back in, it was 2017, I believe. It was Christmas. I was overweight. And this has nothing to do about mom guilt or anything like that. Like, that is not my story. My story is not one of those stories that, I felt guilty because I had to go to work. I had to be an adult and I couldn't be at home with my kids. Like, that's not my story. That's not me. That's not how I present myself. That's not how I tell my story. That's not why I started health and wellness to begin with. That's not it. But what the real truth is because I was overweight. So when I got with my boyfriend, I was a good size. Okay. I was starting to gain weight back because I was I was a hardcore drug addict at the time. And so my body, every time I lose weight and gain it back, like I gain it in different spots. So if you can relate to that, let me know. But I had met him, got with him, started gaining weight. Like, he is he was a chef at the time. He's now a general manager of a new facility that's not even opened yet. I'm so excited for him. So shout out to my boyfriend. With that being said, I'd gain weight. Like, I fluctuate a lot, right? I used to have hypothyroid. I had, a partial surgery where they removed part of my thyroid after my oldest child was born. With that also being said, so I struggled gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, and everything that I ate, it would always stick to me. So being with a sous chef and being with somebody that fed me steak all the time, and we ate noodles, pasta, and all that, I swelled up. And I was literally tired of walking up the steps and running out of breath. I had a baby. She was 3 at the time. And you guys know how 3-year-olds, most of you mamas out here now, even with my new business that I'm with pharmacy, y'all all have little kids. So if you can imagine being overweight, chasing them around all the time, them wanting to play outside and play chase or go on a walk or something like that, it just gets exhausting. So I had made up my mind that I was tired of living like I was living. I try to stick to my New Year's resolutions more than anything, right? And I was just trying to figure out who I was. I didn't know who I was because I'd been an addict for so long. And with that being said, like, I was just trying to figure out my spot in life, my place here on earth, where I needed to be and all that. And when I started thinking about it, I started thinking about how when I was in my addiction and active addiction, way back in the beginning of 2020s, like, I'm serious, like at the end of the 90s and at the beginning of the 20s, like I was involved with cooking dope. And if you don't know what that is, it's methamphetamine. And I used to study the ingredients, right? So I knew everything that would go into the batch to cook it. I knew, like, I went to school. I don't know if most of you know that, but I do have my GED, so I did not graduate high school, but I did get my GED in Texas prison unit. That's a whole nother story, but I went to school to be a licensed drug counselor. So I have all these books about everything, about drugs, about the ingredients and drugs and all that. I always wanted to know what I was putting in my body. I was just always very interested in it. Science was my thing all the way from grade school. And so I figured, since that was still my passion, that I would turn it around. Even though I wasn't an addict anymore, I would turn it around and I would use my knowledge for good. So that's what I did. So I made a New Year's resolution and told myself, guys, go pick up a canned drink right now and see how many carbohydrates. I think it's like 40. I want to say 40 if I can remember correctly. So much sugar in it. If you are on a calorie diet, like, sodas are not for you. But I knew I had to quit drinking soda. I knew I had to stop drinking coffee all day because I was putting that yummy creamer in it and like 4 spoons of sugar in each cup. And I was just tired of feeling sluggish. I was tired of waking up in the morning feeling like crap. My whole body was feeling like crap. So this is my story. It's not about the mom guilt. It's about the way that my body was feeling. So I had started working at a storage facility. I started managing a property, and my coworker, boss, whatever, she was like right above me. We became really, really good friends, and she mentioned the ketogenic diet. So I started looking at it, and there is a movie on Netflix, y'all, and I want you to go and look it up. It's called The Magic Pill. This is like old school Magic Pill. Ketogenic diet has been around for thousands of years. They actually came up with it to help children with epilepsy. Just go and watch The Magic Pill and then drop it in the comments below and let me know. Please let me know what you think about that. So that started striking stuff. And then I started watching what she was eating. I started researching it. I downloaded this really cool app on my phone, which they've like, how technology is. Like, they got better apps, right? But the one that I used was Carb Manager. And it had where you can literally scan every barcode. You can go grocery shopping. You can scan every barcode if it had a barcode on it. And it would tell you, I'm trying to find something. We'll just use this for instance. So like this, you can scan it. And it would have A, B, C, D, E, or F. F means bad. And it would let you know that if it was a healthy food or if it was not. So with that being said, like, I learned how to eat stuff. I learned from her, and my first set of ketones, and I don't recommend this at all. And I can't even believe I'm telling you guys this, but I'm very, very open and honest. So my first trial pack of ketones, I can't share it here either. Excuse me. I actually bought it off of Amazon. I wanted to try it. I had been following this girl, and I didn't get to sign up with her, and that's a whole nother story, but I had followed this girl, and I remember she did the flip, and I was already interested in the Carb Manager, right? But she had this really cool hair, this bright purple hair, and she had done the flip, and what I mean by the flip is taking a product like this and flipping it and reading the ingredients. So that's when I started learning how to read labels at the very, very beginning, and it was peanut butter. So peanut butter is actually good for you. I know I posted down below on my main page about today's National Coffee Day, and I posted like, keep the peanut butter out. You can have peanut butter. It's better than all that juicy stuff, that really good, sugary, creamy stuff like that. But there's certain kinds of peanut butter, right? So you want to stay away from the sugar. So I reached out to her, but because I was added into this group, she couldn't speak with me. Like, I couldn't join her. I had to join whoever added me to this group. I didn't even know she added me to the group. She just invited me to this group. I accepted it, and bam. So that made me her potential customer, potential promoter, or whatever. So I had reached out to her. And I ended up joining, and it was a bad experience at first. So it was a really, really good experience because, you know, I got stock. Like, if you can see my pictures from a long time ago, like, y'all, I had ketones from here to China. Like, I was Jessie Lee Ward, everybody that you see out there with all the ketones, like, that was me. I was so involved with it. I had lost 60 pounds in 3 months. I mean, it just fell off of me. It just fell off of me. And all I did was make sure that I ate right. I made sure that I didn't have no pasta, didn't have no bread, didn't have no sugar. I was still eating my steaks. I was still eating chicken. I didn't like fish, but I started eating like more vegetables, green vegetables that was low in carbohydrates. So I learned the vegetables I could eat. I learned the fruits that I could eat. And I started portioning those out. And I did really, really good for a long time. Well, business, that was good. Let me go ahead and drink this. Cheers. Hold on. I'll drink the rest in a minute. And so that portion of it was good. Like, I started building my team. I started going live every single day. I was doing 30, 60, 90-day challenges, live challenges where I wouldn't miss a day. I shared my story on here. Like, that was one of the most important things that I was taught at a very, very young, like a young beginner. As a baby beginner, is to share my story. I started getting things out there. I did not make my Facebook like it was a front face now. Like, you don't see any products behind me, right? So front face is when you have all your display behind you, okay? So with that being said, like, all that was good. My team was good. I ended up with 99 people on my team. That's not even including our customer base. However, the lady that I had joined, like I said, she had invited me to a Facebook group. And, you know, like, you get them random invites every single day. We all know, like, from people we never even speak to. And once we accept it, then we get those cold messages, right? Okay, so with that being said, like, I got invited to the group. I accepted it. I reached out to her. And she didn't stay with Prove It. Like, she was literally just working Prove It part-time. She had a full-time job. She was working on an oil rig, so she was never there. Then her leader, like her promoter, was the same way. Like, she done dipped out on all of us. So then I got bumped up to one of the high leaders. So it was like, it was really hard for me to be able to get the coaching that I had needed. So everything that I have learned at the beginning, the first 2 years of business, I learned on my own. And it was from following other promoters. It was from, you know, being in the chats. It was from being in the groups. It was everything. And I just researched. So if I can show you, I have notebooks and notebooks and notebooks in storage, in the closet, like in my dresser, like so much knowledge when it comes to the ketogenic diet. And one of the things that we always did was we would just, this is the lid that leaks. Oh, I hate it. This is the lid that leaks. One of the things we did is we utilized our stories so very much. We would just get on there. We would mix up a packet like I did on my reel. We would just mix it up. You didn't even have to talk. You didn't have to do nothing. And we just started sharing in our stories. And that's one of the best ways that you can promote it. If you are with a business, working for a company, you need to be showing people that you have the products, whether you're wearing their earrings, their makeup, drinking their drinks. I don't care what it is, their nail fees, like whatever it is, you need to show your network that you are utilizing the stories by, you know, sharing the products. You have to be a product of your product. So that's one of the reasons why I started this health journey, was because I wanted to flip my knowledge around and into a good way where I can help people. Y'all have helped so many people lose so much weight. And here today, and it's been a long time, but people used to know me by the girl that did the keto kitchens. Me and my boyfriend, we would go in the kitchen. I'd have the tripod up. We would do chicken. We would do all kinds of stuff. And that's how I branded myself. That everybody loved it. They were waiting on Carrie and Jimmy to do a keto kitchen. And I've done it for a very long time until I ended up going through a life-changing event, and most of you know already. But something happened in my life. Like, we were doing power hours every day. Like, me and my team, my personal team, me and my sideline sisters, we would get on Zoom and we would literally work together. Like, we would do Blitz. So I know if most of you are in pharmacy, you're aware of Blitz. I know if most of you are in Prove It, you're aware of Blitz. If you're in other companies, you should be aware of it. But we would do daily methods of operation together. We would go like 5 minutes do this, 3 minutes do that, and we would all work together. We all got to know each other. We got to know our kids. We would have our kids all on the screen. It would be somebody's birthday. We would send each other gifts. We would sing happy birthday. We would dance together, sing together, just chill out. And it was that moment in my life when I was going through something that I became very, very sour. And I was very, very broken because when I had first met my boyfriend, I was just trying to learn who I was going to be because I had been a drug addict my whole entire life. So I did not know who Carrie really was. And when I got with him, he taught me how to pay bills outside of my phone. So I never knew how to pay a bill. Outside of the phone bill. I didn't know how to call the electric power board, y'all. I didn't know how to call the water company. Like, I didn't know how to do any of that. And he taught me all that. He taught me how to manage bills. And I enjoyed working. I really, really enjoyed working. I've always been raised to work, to depend on myself. So I'm very independent with a man or without a man. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, before my boyfriend now, like, every man that I have been with, I have been the one that took care of them. They have never taken care of me. I've always been the breadwinner, the bread earner, bringing the bread home, whatever it is you call it. So it was nice to have somebody finally, a real man. He's 12 years older than me, a real man that was financially stable. I didn't have to work to support a man plus my children and not have any money. You know what I mean? So before that event happened in my life, I was working at the hospital and COVID had hit. And when COVID had hit, I took a leave of absence because my daughter has a lung issue. And I didn't want to chance. We didn't know much about COVID. You guys remember how we were all in panic? I didn't know much about COVID. So I wasn't going to chance bringing it home to my family with my daughter with her lung issues, my youngest one. And my oldest one has lung issues too. But she was in Iowa at the time. But I wasn't going to chance it. So I took a leave of absence. I started working from home. Like, I used to have the prettiest office you can think of. Like, I started out in a corner in a bedroom, in our bedroom, with a laptop and a little bitty desk and a kitchen chair. That's where I started. And then I had an extra bedroom that I completely turned into an office with backdrops, tripods everywhere, ring lights, you name it, like stock everywhere, everything. But I just went through that event. We had split up. He had moved out. I had to get a job. And went straight back into management because that's what I'm used to. Like, I went from before the hospital, I was in management too. So I went straight back to management and started managing more different stores, facilities. And then I ended up going to loan companies. So I was a financial advisor for many years and I was a manager of that. And I was just working my butt off so I can keep the roof over our head because I was now doing it for the very first time in my whole life. I've never had my own place. I'm 42. When he moved out, I was devastated and I became sour. And instead of being on these power hours and us laughing and dancing and, spending time together, I was bringing negativity into my team. So I had to step back. So that's the reason why I left. Did I leave my team? I did. I had to step back. So when I left my team, The rules were I had to leave my account. And I wanted a different team leader anyway, right? I wanted to be on somebody else's team. But the rules were I had to leave my account standing for a whole year, prove it, ketones, not order anything off of it, not do anything, and just leave it standing for a year. That way it will cancel out to a customer, and that way I can get my promoter license again. So in the meantime, I tried Thrive. Thrive, I'm telling you, so the best part of Thrive is their collagen, which is similar to Prove It's collagen, and their patches. The shakes, like they would shake up, like I used to mix them with orange juice. They taste like a vitamin, but if you mixed it with orange juice, like Sunny Delight, it was really good, but it still clumped up after you would shake it. You would continue to shake it. See, you don't have to with this. It's no powder, none at all. So I tried Thrive for a while. I started gaining weight back with the shakes because it had too much protein in it. It had whey in it. It had all this other stuff that I could not take. I started having digestive issues, so I started getting really sick. And what I'd done, though, is I'd stopped being that health and wellness coach, and I just started taking all kinds of different supplements and products, and it made me really sick. Since 2020, my digestive issues have gotten worse. I have one of my intestines are enlarged, right? I cannot go. I have IBS, that is constipated IBS, where I can't go to the bathroom without taking a prescription medicine called lenses. I left Thrive because I gained weight drinking the shakes, and y'all, I spent like $4,000 or $5,000 on products. I'm not even kidding. And I sold them to a friend of mine in Canada. Okay, I still have Thrive products. I still have some. It was crazy, the products that I had. So I left there. I joined Happy Coffee for a little while because the Happy Lemonade, it promoted weight loss. I was trying to lose the weight that I had gained from Thrive. However, as soon as I joined them, I went to a company event within 2 days. I drove to Atlanta, went to a company event. I stayed with that company probably 2 months. I spent hundreds of dollars with that company. They have protein shakes. I just threw away a $100 protein shake because I can't drink it. And here's the thing, like, I know that we get on here and we promote stuff, right? Like the Chicory Coffee. Today is National Coffee Day. But I really, really want you guys to do the flip on the product. Don't just worry about this right here. Go under here, and if there's any words that you do not know, please look it up. This has no sugar in it. It is sweetened. It has a sugar substitute, but it's sweetened with a stevia, which is a very, very good. You have to watch for sugar substitutes because they cause inflammation, just like vegetables cause inflammation. So as you all know, I did continue to drink the ketones. I had to stay away from promoting it. I was told that I couldn't promote it. I couldn't post about it. So every once in a while, you guys would see me mix it up in my stories or drop something about it. But when you're a customer, you can't just get on here and promote it. You can share, like what it does. You can say thank you to the one you bought it to or whatever. I made a fake dummy account under another friend of mine that is in the same company, and I kept ordering my ketones. You guys just didn't see much of it. And I did it because I follow rules. Like, there is a really strict guideline in every network marketing business, direct sales business, affiliate. Like, you have to read the policies and procedures, right? We don't sell ketones to promote weight loss. We're not even allowed to say weight loss. We have to say fat loss. Because, and the reason they make this really basically for better mood, better energy. Like, seriously, it's easier on your digestional things. It gives you focus, but it's natural energy. We can say fat loss, and the reason that we are allowed to is because it's got 3 of the main ingredients that support fat loss. Okay, so that is what I look for when I see or hear people say stuff like this promotes fat loss. You'll lose weight from drinking this coffee, like in Happy Coffee. They have a coffee, and it does have 2 of these ingredients. So yes, you can say that. And I will list what ingredients or what you need to be looking for if you're looking for a network marketing business or a health supplement that will support, really honestly support fat loss, weight loss, or whatever. Like, I will leave the main ingredients, and you can go look it up yourself and then come back and tell me if I'm a liar or if I'm crazy or whatever, okay? Give me just a sec. Okay. So then after Happy Coffee, what I had did is I had left the health and wellness for a little bit, and I thought, okay, well, who cares what I feel like anymore? Who cares what the weight I've gained? I can't really, go to the gym anymore. Y'all used to go to the gym 5 days a week. Like, first of all, it was 7 days a week. And then I went down to 5 days a week. Like, I had my own routine. I would get up and get Jimmy ready for school. I would get my kid to my mom's, and I'd go straight to the gym. And then I would come home, get ready, and go to work. And that's what I did. And sometimes I would go back to the gym afterwards. I would also lay in the tanning bed a lot. I'd put stuff over my face. But I noticed that once I started getting older, that I started getting more wrinkles, and I did not like it. I did not like aging. That is one of my biggest fears. I hate being older simply because I have to watch my parents get older and go through things. And I carry the weight on the world. I carry the world on my shoulders, so I worry about everybody. But I knew that I had to do something with my skin because I started having these allergic reactions. It started back in 2020. I thought it was because of my stomach issues. I thought it was because of colitis, because I have a history of that. I thought it was because I would have poop built up in my intestines for so long that I waited too long to take a pill to be able to go to the bathroom, and it was, setting off poison. So I was going through all these different changes, and especially when I turned 40, and I'm 42 now. Yeah, I'm 42 now. And when I turned 40, like, I started going through all these changes, my body did. And I come to realize the other day, I had an incident that happened, and I come to realize the other day that I need to take control back over my health. I still been watching what I eat. Like, the only thing that I started incorporating back into my lifestyle in my body was sugar. I started drinking tea. We started making, tea bags. So we started making tea, I think I put 2.5 cups in a whole, a tea jug, right? I think it's 24 gallons or something like that. I don't remember. And I know that the night that I went to the hospital, my blood sugar was 436, and it was because I was so thirsty. I could not get my thirst quenched. And instead of drinking water like I'm supposed to, like I used to live by water, because, it refreshes your body. And it feels so good in the morning. I challenge you all to drink water first and then drink your coffee or whatever it is that you start your day off, because it makes your blood flow, and it just feels so refreshing. Like, we all need water, just like our plants need water. We all need water. Our body is made up on so much water. We need water. And I'd stopped drinking that, and I just kept going downstairs and kept going downstairs. I was in here working my business, one of my businesses, and I just kept going downstairs and drinking the tea, and then I have this allergic reaction. So now I'm in a situation to where I really, really, really have to watch what I put in my body. Really have to watch what I put in my body. I have to know all the ingredients and all that. I did go have a full blood panel test. I think it was Tuesday. They said it would be like 5 days. So maybe tomorrow it'll be back and I can eat a steak or something. I didn't even get to eat one on my anniversary. But we have these new shakes, and this is what brings me to this topic, right? So somebody asked me the other day, it was my cousin, and she asked me the other day, she was like, wasn't it the ketones that started making you sick? No, it was not. It wasn't ever the ketones that made me sick. Was the thought of that? At first, yes, until I went to my doctor and they did a blood panel test, and I had ketones in my system, and he told me to keep doing what I was doing, keep drinking the ketones. Like, he had proved every product. I took all my products to my doctor and I showed him the ingredients. He had approved it, told me to stay on it, told me to keep eating keto, keep doing what I was doing because I was so healthy. It's when I stopped that I started getting unhealthy again. So now we have chicory coffee, with pharmacy. We have a whole vitamin line, like a whole NutriPlus line. And like I'll show it sometimes, like I do take it. Like this right here is one of our B12s. So I mean, and look, we call this the bitch spray. And you just squirt it in your mouth. Tastes like strawberry. But yes, I have looked up the ingredients on this too. We do have vitamins. We do have Spirulina, which is like it's supposed to be, I can't take it, so I tried it, but it's supposed to detox your body. I can't take it though. And so we have chicory coffee. We have the collagen coffee. Collagen is for your hair, skin, and nails. Okay, it's not going to promote fat loss. It's just when you turn a certain age, when you hit your 20s, like early 20s, like your body starts depleting or starts not producing enough collagen. So we have to keep the collagen in. That's where the wrinkles come in. That's where your skin gets dry. So collagen is strictly for that. And so I did some research on the chicory coffee because I noticed it's a instant coffee and you can drink it by itself or you can add it to coffee. And I noticed a lot of my girls, or a lot of the girls that I'm with that drink the coffee, like they mix all the fruity stuff with it. And only thing you should be mixing with it, you can put it in your regular cup of coffee, okay? You can use heavy whipping cream and get you some stevia. And you can even go to Walmart and, you know, the vanilla flavor drops to how you can flavor your cake when you're baking. You can put that in there. I mean, it's good. It's good. It's vanilla extract. So there's certain ways you can healthy flavor your stuff. But everybody else mixes all kinds of crazy stuff. And if you're looking for a better way to live, you need to take those things out. So now we have a new shake that has already pre-launched. So the only ones that were able to get that was our directors in our company that worked really hard to get to be a director and to get to try new products first before it launches. And it's all over Facebook right now. And I know from experience from other protein shakes, I know that with the amount of vitamins in it, it will taste like vitamins. It will have the hint of flavor. So if it's chocolate or strawberry or vanilla, which is what they're coming out with, it will have the hint of that flavor. It was supposed to be dairy free, but it does have 1% milk in it. So it's just like, it's so far it sounds good, but I am going to research that for you. Actually, one of my sponsors is actually going to be sending me like a little trial pack so I can try it and just see how my body acts. But before I do take it, I will be doing my research on it because they want me to stay away from dairy products as well. That is one of the reasons why I won't drink some of our Protones with Prove It, is because it still has dairy in it. And my body can't have that right now. And we're trying to figure out like what kind of food allergies that I have. But do I still drink the ketones? Absolutely, because I know it's healthy for me. I'm not making any medical claims, but if I can find my paperwork from my doctor, like I've shown it on here before, I was told to keep drinking ketones. This is the most safest supplement that I have ever found, or anything that I truly, truly trust. So does it make me sick? No, it doesn't. It has never made me sick. Never. But anyway, that's my story. That's how I started this. So I went to Mary Kay because of my wrinkles. So I wanted to do something different. For Mary Kay, like the products were expensive, but they were good products. And then I found my new sponsor with a different company. Alexa, stop. I found my friend. She's like one of my best friends. Like it's so wild how you can meet people on social media. That's another reason I do this. It's because I wanted to be with people like me that have been through the struggle, that have been through drug addiction, that have came out of it, or that are coming out of it. You know, we help each other. We love on each other. We cry on each other. And me and this girl, we have known each other for quite a while. I joined her. We have become like the bestest friends. Like we talk every day. There's not a day that goes by that we don't say hi or we don't talk about something. But the products with pharmacy are European made. If you do your research or if you know anything about the U.S. and you know anything about European, you know that Europe, Like, they don't allow half of our ingredients over in their products. I think it was like 32, 33 ingredients. So they use more natural, more pure ingredients. And I think it's cool because I used to break out right here all the time. And since I have been with Farmacy, I stopped. Like, I have went and got Botox before. Back in May, I spent, I think it was like $600 just on my forehead. Y'all, it is, what, end of September? And look, like, they're back. We have skincare product type for everybody. So, that is where my passion is, too. It's not just working on the inside of my body, but y'all, I don't want to be in my 50s and look like I'm 70. Like, I want to be able to still look young and to still feel young. I want to be able to go back out there and walk 2 miles and back. You know what I mean? I want to be able to go to the gym and do my arm things again. Like, I want to get to the point to where I am confident at the weight that I am at and start toning my body again, because I've seen people way older than me that look damn good. And if I can bring everybody on this journey with me, then I will. But I just wanted to get on here and just share my story and tell you guys, like, where it started from, why I'm such a geek into science stuff. And it's because of my body. It's because of my body. Like, I have to watch, and don't think I don't do it. Like, Prove It came out with their food, right? I've not tried any of the food yet. Oh, well, let me drink all this. It's leaking. I haven't tried any of the food yet. But, like, when this first launched, like, this is one of the newest ones. It became a mainstay flavor, so it means it's always on the website. I checked it out. Like, I still research everything. But it's because of my system. So, I'm going to let you guys know about the new shake when it does launch. Everybody's been asking me about the chicory root coffee and all that. So, I hope I was able to explain some of it on my post. If you want any kind of ingredient labels or anything from any of the supplements that we have in both companies, please let me know. I will also tell you that the reason I do not promote the NutriPlus is not because I don't. It's not because I don't like it. It's just because I'm with Prove It and I promote ketones, and you can't do 2 different health supplements together. Like, you can either do one or the other. So I always choose Prove It because I know that it's safe. I know a lot of people use the Nutriline Plus or the NutriPlus line with the vitamins and everything. I have everything downstairs. Like, I still have everything, vitamins and everything. So if you want to try it out, cool. We will talk about it. I will give you some research on it. We will talk about, you know, what it is you're looking for. Like, that's what a real health coach will do. They will not just try to sell you a supplement. Like, we need to know, or I need to know, like, what kind of medical problems do you have? Like, if you're a type 2 diabetic, insulin diabetic, you don't need ketones. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, I will tell you to the best of my knowledge. But one of the main things that I can tell you, if you're going to take a supplement, and research it and take it to your doctor and get an approval before you give it to your children or before you give it to intake it yourself. Now, Farmacy does have vitamins for children, and I have taken it to Mackenzie's doctor and got it approved to give to her. I will never give something to my children that it has not been approved by my doctor. I will say that. So you can ask them, like, I'll be taking all kinds of products to my doctor and be like, yay or no. This has always been a yes. Thrive has always been a no. They're fighting. So, anyways, I know it's kind of long and drawn out. I will get off of here now. I just wanted to get on here and kind of share my story with you guys, kind of tell you why it is I'm so geeky when it comes to ingredients, doing all that. I will, as soon as I get my blood test back, I will share them on my business page and probably in my group. So if you want to see that, I'll probably just put it in my group, especially my results, because the people that are in my actual private group, I trust. So I will keep y'all up to date, and I want y'all to have a fantastic day. Bye, guys. Thank you for letting me share. I love you. Bye.